You want to talk about Pokemon? I could name them all.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
It's Clefairy!
Hello friends and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact. And it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up if you want. Today we're diving back into Tales of Neckbeards, r/TalesofNeckbeards, that is, of course. You know what it do. Today we've got user Sincerely Sinclair returning with what I think was supposed to be a saga, but there's only one part, and it was posted 5 months ago, so I figured I'd read it and see if I can't get them to come on back, maybe finish the tale. You know, some people need a little spurring along like that, myself included. A little encouragement in the form of a nice ReddX video. She's actually written for the channel before. That was the ice cream social where she got her hand licked by a neckbeard. I will leave that link in the description as well as in a card at the top of the video if you'd like to relive that cringe. It's some pretty good stuff there. So I also got a ton of good suggestions from you guys in the Discord DMs about which sagas to cover next, so I do appreciate that. Still open for business. I'm making a little sheet on what you guys would like to see the most, so I do appreciate any more suggestions. Feel free. The door's always open. You know, I'm just a human, all right? Come on through. Anyways, we're going to get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some of this Tales of Neckbeards cringe. World War Weeb, the beginning. See, there's that word again. Weeaboo versus otaku. We had this discussion about 3 days in a row already. Apparently otaku, if you're calling yourself an otaku, that just makes you a bigger weeb. But I'm very confused about the logistics of it all, so we're just gonna roll through it. Hello, dear readers. Hi, Sincerely Sinclair. I'm back with a new Neckbeard story. But before we start, some housekeeping needs to be done. Aw, man. That's my least favorite part. First, kudos to ReddX. Oh, thank you. He did an amazing job bringing my tale of woe to life. And if you haven't already, go give his channel some love. I mean, considering it's on r/ReddX Reads, probably they know, but I do appreciate the plug regardless. Secondly, I did get a few questions on Ice Cream Beard, and I wanted to let you guys know that the ice cream he had was butterscotch with Dippin' Dots. Yeah, of course, Neckbeard's butterscotch. Not the beardiest ice cream, though. According to this poll we ran, cookie dough, favorite beard ice cream by a long shot, followed by cookies and creams. I guess Neckbeards just love cookies in general. I mean, I'm guilty of that. Mint Chip came in third place, which is kind of weird, because we got one of our Jerry's that's named after Mint Chip, so that worries me a little bit. But regardless, yes, I can just imagine a beard opening his maw and pouring buttery scotch inside of it. This was strange, as I did a number count for the ice cream with a couple of other volunteers before we started, and we didn't even carry Dippin' Dots, or anything similar to it. He just came over for the toppings. Oh, maybe he's a time traveler. He brought this ice cream from the future. Dang! Dippin' Dots are fucking cool, though.
For the love of God, stay away from the Dippin' Dots! Oh, no. Oh, not the Dippin' Dots! The damn Dippin' Dots didn't do anything to anybody!
Do they have a flavor? I don't think it really has a flavor aside from future. It tastes like the future. To this day, I am of the firm opinion that he brought his own ice cream to the event to have it with the butterscotch that we provided. God, I wish that had been included in the last tale. That's hilarious. Why would he do such a thing? Well, I don't know, nor do I care to know. We'll have to live with that mystery for the rest of our lives. It's tragic, I know. But perhaps this Neckbeard story will soothe the ice cream beard-induced headache that was my previous one. God, beautiful writing. I love it already. But first, let's get through this cast list. We got OP, 14, female, a weeb, a crybaby, and the new kid at school. we've got our Neckbeard, aka Camelotbeard. Think of your usual neckbeard with a fetish for Japan, but this kid was obsessed with England. He fully believed himself to be King Arthur, my fellow readers, and that the history class was his domain. Well, I'd like to say it's better, but it's not really better, is it? You're still just fetishizing another country. Please don't do that. This part will simply scratch the surface of my encounters with Camelotbeard, and there will be more to come. Posted 5 months ago. I hope so. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, allow me to take you back to yesteryear. Back when heavy eyeliner was in. People wore bright neon clothes with dark emo-style clothes. Multicolored hair that towered over all was popular. And Invader Zim merch from Hot Topic was adorned as though it was priceless jewelry. Yeah, I think we're about the same age, OP. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there. I remember yesteryear. Those were, yeah, it was a time. The 2000s were a fucking trip. I wasn't a scene kid, but I was a weeb. You want to talk about Pokemon? I could name them all.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
It's Clefairy!
Back then, I probably could too. Now there's like 500 or 600, and I kind of lost track. You want a Naruto run through the hallways? Of course I'll join you. Did we speak very poor Japanese because we were cool? I'm afraid we did. It was all good fun, and being moved from my old school to a new school was terrifying. The move was for my education. While my former school was good for forming friendships and getting a basic grasp on my education, it didn't have a strong college track, and my parents decided that it was time for a move. Now, if you got to go to a completely new high school, then you're basically starting fresh. You didn't have to continue down the weeb route, you know? The same thing kind of happened to me when we moved from Sun Valley because, you know, the high school was basically a mess. Lots of drugs and students banging teachers and whatnot.
FBI, open up!
My parents are like, we got to get the hell out of here. So we moved to Burbank for high school. And I went from having like, 2 or 3 nerdy friends to 2 or 3 punk friends. Which I don't know if it's any better. Punks are really secretly nerds in disguise. I'm pretty sure. I think they were also trying to angle me towards college, but that didn't happen. So just look at me now. Oh, I understand now that I'm older and more aware of how important education is. But as a kid, this move was a world-shattering event. Yeah, I guess it's because we moved a lot that I didn't even think twice about it. I'm just like, okay, we're moving again. I said goodbye to all of my friends, and we swore that we'd always be friends, as we were bound by embarrassing childhood memories of wearing Naruto headbands and making origami shurikens. Good times. The new school was a parent's dream for their child's education, and had strong connections to really good colleges. But for me, I was intimidated. The school was big, and there were more people in my class than there were in my old school's entire grade level, and everyone had basically attended school together since kindergarten, so the group dynamics were already set in stone. What was a hopeless weeb like me to do? Transform! Become who you want to be! That's the magic of changing schools. Nobody here knows you. You could be whoever you want. And you still chose to be a weeb. I gotta admire that. You sticking to your roots. Being honest with people. I kept the origami shuriken that me and my friends made in a white binder as a keepsake. I hurried down the labyrinth-like halls to try and find my class, and I was also trying not to cry. I was like a little boat being tossed in a gigantic storm. Every new wave crashing down on my vessel was a heavy hit on my self-confidence reserves that today quite possibly might go well, maybe. I promise you can find the place where you slot in, OP. Don't worry too much about that. Then again, it's easy for me to say because I always had backup either in the form of my brother or my cousin when I moved to Burbank, or, my winning personality. Not everybody's gonna like the jokes, but there's always a few, That's what happened with this channel, too. So far, I'd gone to 3 classes, and I hadn't made any friends. It's your first day, take it easy. I was fairly certain that no one had even noticed that I existed, so my young mind automatically casted myself as the perpetual friendless wallflower who would never have another friend for the rest of her life. I was gonna go down on this ship and sink to the bottom of the friendless loser sea. Bruh, it's your first day. Take it easy, okay? It's not all that dramatic. You didn't make friends like a first day, that's cool. Give it a week. With lunch coming up right after 3rd period, I dreaded the idea of sitting by myself and strongly just considered calling my parents to come pick me up, citing that good old I threw up excuse. But it never came to that because 3rd period class was history. And I think you mean that in like a literal and a figurative sense, which is pretty cool. I entered into a classroom that was decked out in historical figures both well-known and obscure. My teacher, Miss G, the sweetest old lady that has ever graced this earth and whom I still talk to this day, welcomed me into her classroom. It was like coming in from the cold and having a warm blanket placed around your shoulders. Miss G saw my origami shuriken and smiled. "I see someone's good with paper," she beamed. "Why don't you go and sit at the Japan table?" "Oh, sugoi!"
This is absolutely sugoi.
She got your number basically immediately. Goddamn, I like Miss G already. Her classroom was split into nations. Everyone got to take a vote on the nations that would be used for the seating chart, and Japan was a steady regular. I bolted to the Japan table, and it was there that I met the school's weebs. The second they saw my sad doodles of Kakashi, Rock Lee, and the 3rd Hokage, they instantly welcomed me into the fold, and I had friends. Told you give it a week. Don't freak out within the first 2 periods or whatever. It ain't that serious. It's gonna happen eventually. Nobody can stay a loner forever. Eventually you'll find an extrovert who wants to adopt you or something like that. Anyways, these weebs were pretty hardcore into their study of Japan, to where everyone's parents chipped in for a tutor to help them speak Japanese, to become more enmeshed into the culture by taking them to the gardens, trying authentic Japanese-style cuisine on the weekends. We still did the Naruto run and fun shit like that, but they despised what I would learn was hentai. I was a sweet summer child back then. The young neckbeard that is the title of this story, Camelotbeard. Why aren't you sitting at the England table, Camelotbeard? Get out here. This Japan table ain't for you. It does seem interesting to me just how hardcore everyone's parents are going with this whole Japan thing. It seems like it was just a table, but for everybody here, maybe it's more of a lifestyle. Camelotbeard was the undisputed leader of the UK table. Oh, okay. Then he's not at the Japan table. I take it all back. Mainly because he was so fucking overbearing and just threw a massive bitch fit when things didn't go his way. England. The UK table and the Japan table had a complicated history. Yeah, they fought in World War II, don't you know? I mean, not directly, but they were on opposing sides. If you're familiar with anime and stuff, you might have noticed that Japan has a thing for the English style of dress, and that sort of thing, and vice versa. Upon sitting down at the Japan table, I was unwittingly aware of what was bubbling underneath the surface of this beautiful classroom. It was World War Weeb. Who's gonna win? Nobody. Everybody loses. If you participated, you lost. The relationship between the Japan table and the UK table, where Camelotbeard sat and lorded over as though he was the king of the castle.
Oh, well, king in the castle, king in the castle. Have a chair, I have a chair.
Relations had steadily worsened over the past semester. From what I could gather, it all started after Camelotbeard had either fallen, or perhaps intentionally smashed, the Japan's table of tea and goodies for the UN Day, and had outright refused to apologize because he couldn't deal with another table serving tea. Oh man, this is getting pathetic already, isn't it? Look what you have wrought upon these children, Miss G. She just tried to do something nice, and humans, as usual, fuck it up. Camelotbeard claimed, "Tea is an English drink. We had it first." Well, I don't think he was aware of China's existence yet, but why fill his head with something like facts? Neckbeards are going to believe what neckbeards want to believe. The Japan table, of course, took offense, and the other tables in the classroom, France, Egypt, Austria, and Spain, took Japan's side. They refused to touch any of the UK table's snacks. Camelotbeard was incensed at this sanction, and it vowed revenge against the Japan table. I can just imagine poor Miss G in the corner like, "Okay, children, please stop fighting. It's not that serious." And these high school kids are like, "No, Japan table has offended us greatly." It's just far too ridiculous for words, and I think that's why I love it so much. My new friends pointed across the classroom to where the UK table was. They had 5 members, as did we, and gave me a basic breakdown of the members who sat over there. Camelotbeard, king in the castle. I would call him King Arthur, but that would be a slam on Arthur, and I don't have the heart to do that to the mythos. He was large and in charge. Puberty was kicking in, and it was not kind to him in any way, shape, or form. He was growing what would soon become a patchy beard that would grow all over his acne-riddled face. His body odor hadn't started yet, but it too was sure to hit with all the grace of a bullet train. Sir Galahad was a neckbeard in training, who was Camelot's sycophant, a toady, if there ever was one. He was born without a personality, and defaulted to agreeing with whatever Camelotbeard said or did. Yeah, I guess that makes things pretty easy, if you ain't gotta think for yourself. I feel a little bad about judging him so harshly now, as it later turned out that he had a pretty shit home life. I guess throwing himself into the mythos of King Arthur was his coping mechanism. As I was heavily into quoting Naruto when I was scared or stressed back then, I feel like we might have been friends, if not for Camelotbeard's influence, and the fact that he would have insulted inferior Eastern cartoons. You gotta watch some of those good old English animes. I don't know what you call them, because I don't think there are any. Probably the comments will correct me. We've also got Guinevere, Camelotbeard's girlfriend? Milady, at the very least. I don't know. She was pretty quiet and didn't really speak much. I do remember that she had the most adorable laugh, and it was a thing in the classroom to see if we could make her crack a smile or laugh. The Spain table had the most wins on that front. Kudos to you, Spain. Sir Lancelot was the coolest kid at the UK table, which seems like a pretty low barrier to entry. And he was also someone that I had a minor crush on. Ooh. He was a skater and carried his board around like it was the literal holy grail. He could do some pretty impressive moves too. I can't recall him ever wiping out. I think probably he did. All skaters do. Your mind just wiped that part from your memory so he could stay super cool. Overall, he's a nice laid-back dude with a very cute smile, and it made my heart go doki doki. Doki doki. Alright, well, I'm shipping OP and Lancelot. Let's get it on! I mean, not literally, they're in high school. But, I hope they do hold hands or have a kiss at lunch break or something. Whatever those high school kids do. I can't remember. History class was spent getting to know my other classmates. They were all history nerds, and very excited to talk about their table's history and what they were doing for their projects for that final exam. I had moved mid-semester, so I missed the fall and was starting in the spring. I was entering late into the game. Did your parents plan this move out, or was it like spur of the moment? It doesn't seem very planned out, if I'm honest. Gwen and Lance were nice enough to come over to our table and talk. Lance did a lot of the talking, but Gwen apologized in advance about Camelotbeard. Nah, there's no apologizing for that. That is not your fault. I want an apology from his mother. Gwen, I could see that she was choosing her words wisely. He's enthusiastic about the UK. I wouldn't take what he says to heart. I mean, overly enthusiastic is a thing. You realize we're all in a high school in fucking America, right? Why did nobody pick to be America? I would pick to be America. Camelotbeard wasn't in class that day. He had a doctor's appointment. And when we went to lunch, I sat with the Japan table and some of the Spain table too. They showed me where the good spots to sit in the cafeteria were, and generally helped me to get more comfortable with the school and where all my classes were. I had almost forgotten about Camelotbeard until I heard the thundering footsteps of our Lord Neckbeard. I turned around and there I saw him. He was huffing, but whether that was from his run from the front door to the cafeteria, or whether he was just pissed off at seeing the Japan table, I don't really know. He was wearing a striped shirt that was about 2 sizes too small, and it made him look like a beach ball that had come to life. Probably horizontal stripes too. Big fat boy wearing horizontal stripes. I mean, it's not flattering for anybody. It makes you look like you're dressing like a 6-year-old, but especially if you're a big boy. Never do that. It's about the one and only fashion tip that I ever have for anybody. Clutched in his left fist was a McDonald's bag, and in the other was his backpack. He sneered at the members of the Japan table and said,
"So, we meet again."
"Yes, indeed we do. I see you've got your McDonald's bag accessory there." Sold separately. "I'm quivering in my boots, y'all. We got ourselves a bit of an edgelord." I don't remember who said it, although I'm fairly certain it was someone from the Spain table, but they responded, we always sit here? This is our spot."
"Shut up,"
declared Camelotbeard.
"I'm not talking to."
He spotted me, in the midst of the members of the Japan table, surrounded by my new friends. Camelotbeard spotted me. Camelotbeard came up behind me. The body heat he was radiating was something else. I mean, all those calories gotta go somewhere. Body's like, "What do you do? We can't store any more fat." "Just burn it." I don't know. It was like standing next to a mini sun. He put his hands on the back of my chair and smiled at me. I guessed that he wasn't at a dental appointment because his teeth were yellow and his breath smelled bad. Yeah, that's fair for neckbeards, isn't it? He is the reason that I now carry mints with me wherever I go.
"Forsooth, m'lady."
My dumbass thought he was talking about like a new type of Pokemon or something, since we were trading cards at that moment with Spain. "That's a clay fairy?" I responded, holding said card in my hand. It was a shiny, and I was gonna get that Dragonite from Spain come hell or high water. Was it a clay fable? Are basic cards shiny? I'm gonna use my nerd knowledge to poke a hole in the story. Although I don't really collect Pokemon cards, so I don't know for sure. But it seems weird that a final evolution isn't the shiny. Of course, Camelotbeard clarified.
"No,"
he whined.
"You're a lady."
And could he not see that I was busy? I got trades to make, son.
"And you should sit over with me and my knights and the other m'lady. We're the Knights of the Round Table, and we're noble and yada yada yada."
Do you have Pokemon? That's all it takes. Oh my, how easily swayed we are. I asked.
"What?"
Pokemon cards, I repeated, again showing him my deck.
No, but we have...
I'm good, thanks. That exchange is just beautiful. It sums up everything about high school ever. I turned away and went back to my trade. Dragonite, here I come! Camelotbeard had never been so disrespected by a milady before. How was this possible? He was Camelotbeard, ruler of the UK table, defender of the realm, beloved by all! Except for me, because I was just hyper-focused on completing my Pokemon card collection. Priorities! Little did I know that by rebuffing Camelotbeard's offer, I started the fire that would crescendo into the final battle of World War Weeb. I sincerely hope some people out there are going to send a message to user Sincerely Sinclair. Let her know that her story got read and we need to know what happens. I'm severely desperate to know how this all comes to a head. She's still active on Reddit. I guess, yeah, the story just had to be read. Maybe that'll spur it into something. Camelotbeard, obviously a total cringe lord. But I mean, who wasn't in high school? It seems really weird how hyper-focused he is on, you know, pretending to be English. I guess knights are cool, but there's such a thing as taking it too far, like I said. Anyways, I hope we'll get the second part, third part, however many this goes. Obviously, I did start putting the beard names into the titles. Hopefully, it makes it easier for you guys to search it up. We're still workshopping that a little bit, but I do thank you guys for helping to make this channel what it is. I definitely hope that you'll also like, comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy the video. Yes, indeed, maybe share it around. That's always a big help. We've also got links in the description, plugs, playlist, podcasts, if you're looking for something a little bit different from the channel. Yes. We've also got my social medias. Twitter, Discord, Facebook, you know what to do. Come on through, say hello. I would appreciate that. We've also got my Patreon and my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons. And I would like to thank them very much. Or rather, my chipmunk would. So, thank you very much.
Robert Waits, Baron Von Waggy Pants, Jarhead Jerry, Oorah, River Jerry, Captain Clown Jerry, Hong Kong, Aaron W, Twisted Child, Cinema Susie, Danny, Nerdnick, hey, welcome to the fold, my boy, For Old Lang Syne, Fire Drake, Giggle Jerry, hee hee, yeah, something like that. That's a new name, too. Hello. Latin. Liverson loves Jerry. So does ReddX. Mr. Anime Manga Fan. Rogue. Silo Revolver. Magdalene Marshall Thornrose. Becca. Jerish. I see what you did there. Little Ono of Vanilla Mel. Satori. 211 Jerry. The return of Jerry. Blessed be his name. He's back. Althea Blue. Anunnaki. Asian Persuasion Jerry. Yeah. Assassin Punk Jerry. Bang bang. Grizzly. Bailey Joy. Bearded Jerry. Watch out for that guy. Bitch Gremlin. Blade the Hero. Blameless Fish. Bloop Bloop Jerry. Camille Sarah. Commander J Tank. Deltaroon Jerry. Dennis Dayton. Dinosaur Nightlight. Disposable Waifu. Aaron Lennox. Frozen Over. Studios. Gypsy. Hadrian BR. Heathcliff. Itchy Nuts. Just scratch him, bro. A pimp named J Crisp. Yes. You have to say the whole thing. JM Coon. Jennifer Schaefer. Jerry with an I. That is a different Jerry. The original Jerry. Jerry Blacktail. Jerry this more Jerry than the other Jerrys, and that's a Jerry fact. Jerry the outlaw mother trucker. Honk honk. It's like Captain Cloud Jerry, but different because he's in a truck. John Hero. Jolly Black Jerry. Oh. Sim Boofoot, as if your Boofoot is free. Jerry. KJW Kajow. Crewhee. Lady Jerry Nix. Left click. That's my favorite click. Welcome to the fold, brother. Miss Monday, Lord Lionel. Jack's Rule. Melgar the Destroyer. Mint Chip. The freshest of the Jerrys. So tasty. Murderful Baker. My boy Nat One Nick. Natari. Nightmare Jerry. Oh. Call me Jerry. Gotta fold them all. Panda Prince Jerry. I love bamboo too. Some of the Pines. Jerry Kinson. Jerry Beth. TSM Kirby. Sally Jerry Raphael. AKA Mr. Jerry. Sarita the Lolita. Serrated Ash. Staples, AKA Jerry Yeet. Stephanie Goodner. Synaptic Boomstick. Brilliant Tamago. Tapioca Boogaloo. Tato Fair. Teddy the Police. Ten-Ton Monster. The guy with the marble. I think his name is Jerry. The One True Fusky. Treeberg Wilmax. Yet another different Jerry. Comrade Mooney. Oh, welcome to the fold, comrade. Kira, you're a wizard, Jerry. Redwin. Goose says honk. Not a Viper. Saints Blessing. John Indoors. A normal Jerry. I'm here to cringe and chew bubblegum. I'm all out of bubblegum. Hunter of Jerry's, devourer of all things tasty, it is Tom! Admiral T Tank, Amara, Atomic Jerryzilla, Rah! AZ, Bench Knight, Babushka's Irradiated Jam, Broken Spine, Horseradish, the original different Jerry, Cake Jerry, California Jerry Girl, Canadian Lynx, Carrot Jerry, he's good for your eyes! Chia, CD, Chris Meska, Cinnamon Bunny Dog, Corporal Admiral Furry Worry Jerry, Cryptidics, Cuban Jerry, Defon Jerry, Ever-Changing Jerry and Tom versus Beard Apocalypse. We're all on the same side. Remember that. Ghost of Alpha HMT Mayor, Holy Berry Jerry, Hydra Jerry, Irish Jerry, Jerry from State Farm, Jerry's Beard Adventure, Cheeto Does Crusaders, the glorious mustache of Jerry Aldo Rivera, Jerry Bean, Yum, Jerry Roxers, Yay, Jerry Role-Playing Game, also known as Bloody Butterfly Gaming, King Tom, Smasher of Jerry Zillas, or so it is rumored, Kidsykin, Crafty Kitty Cat, Life of a Guardian, Little Ant Woods, maybe next time, Midnight Sun, Milkfed Gimp, Miss Duchess, Not Invisible Angel, I see you, One Leg Jerry, Organic Cam, Princess Rosalie Jerry, Ghosty Ryga, Raptor Art, She's my Jerry Pie, Cool Drink a Mountain Dew, what a beard surprise, still love it, Silurian King, Snary, that's Snom Jerry, Spoonie the Rogue, Steampunk Kelly, that one green Jerry, again, Green Giant, you get it? Necro Jerry, Original Jerry, not, Most Different Jerry, maybe, To Infinite Jerry, and beyond! Unkale! Oh, that's a new one. Welcome to the fold, friend. Promise swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up, and by it, I mean another ReddX video. And I'd also like to thank my $1 patrons as well, beautiful people.
As always, thank you guys so very much for making my dreams come true. I hope some other people will consider signing up on the Patreon, but if you can't do it right now, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you'll come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there, wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like,
watching some more ReddX videos.
I always like that. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I shall see you in the next one, and until then, bye-bye.